Hello, this is John at Electro-Matic with the Siemens Tech Support Group. And today I'm going to show you how to change the IP address of an HMI and a PLC on a network. The HMI that we're using is a TP1200, but these steps will be good for any Siemens HMI. And the specific steps through the Windows CE environment that we'll take will be good for all 1200s. The other HMIs have a very similar set of steps, but they won't be exactly the same. The PLC that we're using is a 1214, but you change the IP address the same way for any Siemens S7 series PLC. So currently I have an HMI running that's changing the color of this circle based on the clock bit in the PLC. And what I'm going to do is change the IP address of the PLC from 0.9 to 10, and for the HMI I'm going to change it from 0.19 to 0.20. I'm going to exit the runtime. So in order to change the IP address of the PLC, it's really simple. From your device and network view, you select the PLC's Ethernet port, go to Properties and Ethernet address, change the IP address to what you'd like it to be. In my case, I'd like it to be 10. Compile the hardware config. You don't have to compile the hardware config, but it's a good step to take. And then re-download it. Once it's downloaded, you'll see the IP address update on the simulator here. If you have a PLC in the field, what you would do is go over here to your online access folder under the project device, and you would do a search, and you could see it change for you here. I have the simulator running, so it's under PLC Sim. For an Ethernet connection, it would be under your Ethernet adapter. Okay. So changing the IP address in the PLC is pretty straightforward. There are two steps in changing the IP address in your HMI. The first step is you select the HMI's Ethernet port in your device and network view. Go to Properties, Ethernet address, and change the IP address in the project here. I'm going to make this 20. And I'll just compile this hardware config as well. And also save my project. So now my IP addresses in my project are good. Now what I'm going to do is log into an HMI remotely and show you how to change the IP address directly on the HMI. You know, you can do this remotely, or you can do it right at the HMI itself. So first I need to stop my PLC simulator because I'll need my communications port. Then I go to Internet Explorer. I'll log into my HMI. Okay, so now I am logged into my HMI. I see my runtime environment here. I'm going to exit my runtime. The exit runtime button is something you'll need to configure yourself. Make sure you always have an exit runtime button in your project so you can do things like this. I'm going to go to Settings. I'm going to go to Network and Dial-Up Connections, PN_X1, and I'll change my IP address directly in my project. I think I made it 20, or on my HMI, I think I made it 20 in my project. Let me double check this. Yeah, it's 20. So make it the same in my project and on my HMI. Click OK. So now the IP address has been changed on the HMI itself. And I'm going to log out of here. I know that it's been changed on the HMI itself because I can go ahead and go to my online access folder, and underneath my Ethernet card, I'm going to go ahead and update this, and I'll see this TCP1200 change from this IP address to the new IP address. There it is. Of course, you can always do traditional things like a ping test. All right. That's how you change the IP address of a PLC and an HMI. Again, this is good for any Siemens PLC and any HMI, but the steps through the Windows CE environment might be slightly different for older MP277s or 377s. Thanks a lot.